Hello everyone. Today in this video tutorial I will be introducing to a new humidity and temperature sensor, that's HCPA-5V-U3. Now to gain more knowledge about this sensor, what we're gonna do is to roll upon the website, that is controleverything.com, and here let's search this sensor and let's see what we got it. It says that it's a humidity and temperature sensor plus minus 2% RH plus minus 0.3 degrees Celsius I2C Mini Module. It's a very high accuracy, as you can see. Precision is very good, and there are a lot more features as you can see on my screen. You can also purchase the sensor from here. Furthermore, I will be interfacing the humidity and temperature sensor HCPA-5V-U3 with a BeagleBone black using a C code. And to get the C code, let's go to resource tab, and here comes the C code sample. Now you can download the C code sample as a zip file from this website, just like that. Also, you can have the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. You can download it there from also. Now what do we require next is to collect some hardware and make some connections for the setup. Let's have it. Now in the hardware connection setup, the first thing we require is our BeagleBone black, which you are able to see on my screen. Now this here is an I2C Shield for the BeagleBone black. This is available on the website controleverything.com, and the real reason we are using this shield is to make easier connections with other I2C devices. So for that, gently place this I2C Shield over the BeagleBone black and make a connection, just like that. Also, we require our sensor, that's the humidity and temperature sensor HCPA, as you can see, and this here is a connecting cable. Now make the connection among the sensor and the cable, and make sure that the brown wire of the cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor, and for the same reason to the I2C Shield. The next thing we require is to power up our BeagleBone black, and for that there are two things we require actually. It's the first mini USB cable, just like that, and gently insert it over this jack right here. The next thing we require is a adapter of 5 volt, as you can see, and put this over this power jack. Now we are done with the power thing. Now the last thing we require is to provide an internet connection, and there are two ways. The first thing is an Ethernet cable or a LAN cable, just like that, and gently insert it over here, Ethernet jack. The next thing, you can also use a wireless nano USB adapter here, in case if you don't have the first thing, and it might save your day also. So we are done with all the connections we need. Now what do we require is to have a look over C code so that we can interface it with BeagleBone black and the sensor itself. Let's have it. Well, now in the interfacing section, what do we require is to locate the C code, and let's find what we got in that. And for that, log into github.com, and here we have to search for the repository, that is Control Everything Community. Click over here, and here search for the sensor, that is HCPA-5V-U3, and it's a humidity and temperature sensor, and this is the C code. But let's have a look over the instructions to fulfill this process. In the C code, first of all, we need to set up the BeagleBone black, and beaglebone.org is the link. You can follow the instructions there. After that, you can download or git pull the code in BeagleBone black, and to compile the C code or program, this is the command, and this is to run the C code, this command. Please note it down carefully. Now get back to the C code so that I can explain it in a better way so that you can understand. .c is the extension of the file. Now in the code, as you can notice, we have included some of the header files which you can notice, and in the void main function we have some sections divided. Now in the first section, you can see that we have to create an I2C bus and check whether the bus is there or not, and after that we have to check for the device which is present and the address of the sensor, that is 0x28. Now after that we have to send some commands to the sensor to operate, and as you can see, we are sending the command to start. As you can see, the command is here, it's 0x80. After that, we want to get the data back from the sensor, and we are reading 4 bytes of data here. As you can see, it's a general read for humidity and temperature data, and checking whether the data is correct or not. We are getting the right data, and if we are getting the right data, then the conversion of the data takes place here. You can see a lot of formulas there which are being provided and described clearly in the datasheet of HCPA-5V-U3. So at the very end of our code, we want to display the output we have just calculated on the screen, and its relative humidity in percentage RH and temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit. So what do we need is to show the practicality, the working of this sensor, the code and the BeagleBone Black. So have it. Now coming to the working section, the first step is to copy this entire code of this sensor HCPA-5V-U3, and then we have to open up the terminal for the BeagleBone Black, and here we have to create a file, as you can see, and here we have to paste the entire code, and after that we have to save it as per the guidelines, and then we have this thing. This is the compilation command, as you can see, which you have already seen in the instructions part, and we have the code compilation successful. Now this is the command to build, and let's see what we got here, and it is also to run the code. Now let's see what we got here. We have the relative humidity, which is in percentage RH, and the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scales. Now when I again run the command, we have the values for relative humidity and temperature, but when I press my finger over the sensor and run the command, you can see there is a change in relative humidity and temperature, and when I again run the command, we have the relative humidity and the change in temperature for Celsius and Fahrenheit scales reflected all to the screen. So this is how the sensor responds. Now what do we require is to have a look over the applications and the benefits for this sensor. HCPA-5V-U3 offers the most advanced and cost-effective humidity and temperature sensing solution for virtually any type of applications. Capacitive polymer sensor chip developed and fabricated in-house and CMOS integrated circuit with EEPROM are integrated into one embedded system in a reflow solder-able SFD package. These features make it very useful for a lot of applications such as energy saving, HVAC control, automobile and transportation, process control and instrumentations, and mass quantity application. This sensor can be purchased from this very site, that is controleverything.com, and you can have the code from the resource tab, and after that you can download the code as required. You can also have the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. In the end, I would just like to make it clear for any part, if there is any further query, you can reach us on controleverything.com and post your comments on the community page. For blogs and articles, you can have a look upon instructables.com. And to subscribe more video tutorials, you can have a look over our YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good one yourself. Thanks a lot for watching.